Dounia, so nice to have you here with me today.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank
And
you.
you're joining me from the Netherlands, so it's always nice to connect with fellow sisters from the other side of the world.
Yeah, indeed. I'm thinking like how far we are right now and how incredible it is that we are so connected, on Zoom while we are so far from each other, like even in time zones. Like it's for me like 11:30 in the morning. For you, it's like almost evening, right?
Yeah, 20
So it's
past 5.
yeah, it's really it's really beautiful to have this kind of connection, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. There's no barriers or boundaries anymore.
Exactly, exactly. You're going beyond the boundaries,
Ah,
right?
uh-huh. Absolutely. Now, you were just sharing me a beautiful story about your name just before we jumped on, and I would love for the listeners to hear it. So please share that
Oh,
again.
yeah. So my name is Dounia, and Dounia means in Arabic the world. And when I was born, my mother had already 8 children, so she was really a bit surprised that she was having another baby at 43 years old back then. And they, at that time, my mother and my father, they didn't know how to name me, so they had some names. And my sister, who was back then 18 years old, so I have all older brothers and sisters, but she was like, no, we have to name the baby. We have to name her Dunya. And everyone was like, Dunya, what is that? What is that? What is that for a name, And they did a draw. And indeed, the universe wanted me to name me Dunya. So yeah, my name is Dunya. It means the world. And I am born on the 22nd of April. And guess what? World Day is on the 22nd of April. It's I don't know. It's the universe had a really good plan for me, and I always
Absolutely.
feel that, by the way. So it's a very yeah, it's a beautiful story. But it's World Day on the 22nd of April, and my birthday on the 22nd of April. And something else, I don't know. Do you know the tarot cards?
Not so
The
much, no.
Okay, so when you have the major arcana and the minor arcana, you have the major arcana. It starts with the full card. It's 0, and then you have, I think, I don't remember, but the priestess, and then you have strength. I don't know, but the major arcana starts with 0, and it ends with the world card, which is 21st. So 21st, 21 card. But
Yep.
actually, it's the 22nd card because the 0 is the first card. So
Ah,
even though the world card is 21, it's the 22nd card
yes.
of the major arcana, and I am from the 22nd, and that card is also world card. So there's something with the 22nd, 22,
Wow.
and world. So
There's
also I was
certainly is.
discussing like, wait a minute, the world card is a 22nd card. So yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah, wow. And if there's any ladies that listen to this that are into their tarot, they've probably got a lot more to say about that too.
Yeah, oh yeah, I love the world card, by the way. Yeah, but it's a really funny, funny story. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And so you're a coach, and you said you've been a coach for how many years?
Yes, I've been a coach now for 10 years. Wow, 10 years
Yeah.
since 2013. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
I started my coaching business as a law of attraction coach. I'm a certified law of attraction coach. Helping women and men back then, helping them to manifest their dream life, manifest the things they want in life. So yeah, it was based on Abraham Hicks, and yeah, it's beautiful. It's the law of attraction uh, always works. But there was something off with back then. I found like, yeah, but I missed something, but I don't know what. There is something off, but I don't know what. So it started a couple of years later, and I was really looking for answers, but I couldn't find them for 2 years or so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And how long ago were you introduced to Creatrix, and how has that changed things for you?
Oh my God, it was changed big. I got introduced by Nicolene in 2016, and I had this call with her, and I was like, yeah, it sounds so beautiful, but I didn't have back then, I didn't have the money because I just got back from Canada. I went to a big event in Canada. So yeah, I invested my money in another event. I didn't have the money back then. And then a couple of months later, Nicolene sent me an invite to a workshop where Mez was hosting a workshop. Mez was hosting a workshop. So Mez was from Australia here in the Netherlands. And then it was January 2017. So like 4 months later. And then Mez was saying things, and she was really basically answering my questions because, like I told you, I had some doubts in the personal industry. I was in a privately, in my private life, I was in a really bad place with a lot of negative emotions, and things were not working anymore. My business was stuck big time. And I was like, I was telling my clients, yeah, you create your own reality. And I was like, in my private life, yeah, but how the peep did I create this reality in my life, And it didn't feel good, to tell my clients, you create your own reality, while my own life was a mess. And it didn't feel right. Absolutely not.
Mm.
So I had to find the answer. And I was looking for the answer, but I couldn't find it. So Till Mess gave me the answer. And the answer was in epigenetics. You create your own reality, or you allow it. That is in the DNA. And when I heard that for the first time, I was like, you know, it made so much sense. I understand it. I know you learn from your parents. I know the environment is forming you. And I know that, but I didn't know about the DNA, and I didn't know about the inherited trauma, right? I didn't know. That was the first time I heard it. And the second thing was like, every coach will talk about, and still is talking about, this mindset. And I'm like, mindset. I am my emotions are taking over, and these emotions are not positive. I was really, really, really in a bad place back then, and I was myself a mindset coach. So I was like, there's more than mindset, but I didn't know what. And I asked a couple of times questions about, but there's more than mindset, right? And everyone was like, no, the way you think will create an emotion. And yeah, if you change the way you think, you change your emotion. I was like, no, I don't feel that, that's
Yeah.
not true. Didn't know that the emotions you're having could be inherited shit, right? Because you don't need to think about it. It is that, right? Yeah, so there's more than mindset. So Maz gave me the second answer: mindset, heart set, and gut set, and the unconscious mind, and the intergenerational trauma and everything. And I was like, wow, I need to work on this. It was
Mm.
really good stuff. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. And what are some of the things that you've worked through personally, and how much of an impact has that had for you?
It's a major impact. Like I told you, I was really involved in this negative emotions in my life. I was upset, I was angry, I was rage. There was a lot of rage in me, and but I got triggered, of course. I worked on that on a very deep level, and I remember because Nicolene was the one who did Creatrix in me. And I remembered, like, I asked her, but I'm not going to change into a robot, right? I need to still feel the emotions because, hey, I'm a human being, right? And she was like, no, we're not working on that. It's more like you don't get triggered anymore. Like the charge is gone. I was like, oh, wow. And indeed, it happened like that. So I didn't got triggered. I didn't got triggered anymore. And I yeah, that it was a big, big, big impact, because after I got my breakthrough, clients are starting to come to my business again. So it changed. It changed. It's like, because the storm I was in, it was still there, but it was like I created a cocoon around me of inner peace, or yeah, I didn't got disturbed anymore about a lot of things. So, and I was growing and growing internally. So yeah, it had big, big impact on me. Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah, the first breakthrough. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now your business is much more successful than it was then, or
Yes,
before?
I'm growing. Since then, I'm growing. I'm like seriously, like every year I'm growing,
Mm.
growing and growing. Not in revenue, because okay, revenue is important, right? But also as a human being, you're growing, and um, there are so many entrepreneurs who are telling you are not your business. You are your business, and you are separated. Hell no. I am my business, right? And
Mm.
if you try to separate it, you think like a man, and I'm not a man. Men can compartmentalize things, and they
Mhm.
doing that, but we're not. I'm not. I am my business, right? So it's growing. So when I grow, my business is growing, like literally. um the privilege I have, and you also have, as a creative transformologist, that we need to check up from the neck up from mess. So we have to clean out our blocks immediately when we want to help others. So that makes it very, how do you say that? Integrity. Integrity is one of my values.
Yep.
I feel really empowered when I can help women, knowing that I have owned my shit and get cleared out of my
Mm.
blocks,
Mhm.
so that I can help them. If I didn't do that, it doesn't feel good, right?
Mhm.
So the work we are doing, it's really good. It's a really pure exchange of energy and pure helping other women. Um, and as we are growing, I grow because I clear out those blocks. And every new level has a devil. So when you grow, you could find something. It doesn't have to, by the way, but you could grow. When you grow, you will find another block, and that's okay, but you have to clear that out, and then grow and grow. So yes, since then, since 2017, I'm growing every year thanks to Creatrix.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Thanks to Creatrix.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, thanks to Creatrix, like, owning it. There was also one time that I'm not owning it. I was like, yeah, I've done everything. I have created everything. There's nothing wrong with me. But I was stuck, like, okay, wait a minute. Now I'm stuck, like, for a couple of weeks, months. Hey, maybe I do need some Creatrix, right?
Yeah.
So, no, but it's important to check up from
Mm.
the neck up. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. And so, if you had a message to ladies that are watching this that are considering doing Creatrix, what would you say to them?
Oh, do that. Do it. You know, don't do it only for you, but do it also for the people around you, your children, your partner, your family, right? Because, like, every time, every client I'm helping with, they, the people around them are noticing the transformation. So, like you told in the beginning, like, the transformation is very subtle. But yeah, it's like when you have when you have a baby, and the baby's like one month old, and then 2 months later, some people are coming like, oh, the baby has changed. Now
Mm.
he looks like his mother. And you're like, huh? Change? No, it's subtle. It's a subtle growth, right? And that's also, it's very subtle, and the charge is gone, and it's, you feel free, you feel inner peace. It's, yeah, I don't know. It's if you're doing it, you're not doing it only for yourself. You do it also for the people around you. It has a ripple effect. Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah. And from inner peace, you're aligned in what you're doing, you're aligned in everything you're doing. So it's the alignment, it's the pure alignment. Yeah.
Beautiful. I love how you just summarized that. It really is,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, like Maz is saying, it's you're not your being, no, you're you know,
Yes.
without thinking, you're just are.
Mm.
And I feel like when you areing, you exude a kind of energy, you radiate a very powerful energy around you, and it helps other people as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And it draws them in.
It draws them in, yes, yes, but also the people that, if you have children, you know, so
Yeah.
because when you change, everything will change around you, you know. It's, do you know that quote? I remember I heard that quote for the very first time like 30 years ago. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. And that's basically what we're doing as creative transformologists. We change the inner perception. If you create that inner perception, the world around you is changing with you.
Mm.
And it's always for the better. So how cool is that?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want that?
Yeah. Who
Right.
doesn't want that? Yeah. And if people resonate with you, how can they find you? I'll tag you in the post anyway, so they can get in touch. But yeah, how can they connect with you?
Oh yeah, so I'm on Instagram on the under my name, the Boost Coach. So the Boost Coach on Instagram, and also my website, www.theboostcoach.com. You can see a money archetype test. I'm not a money coach, but I do use the money archetype, you know, to give you a glimpse of your inner world when it comes to money as an entrepreneur, as a female entrepreneur, and a really hot topic. Um, and yeah, so you can find it on my website, so theboostcoach.com.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It was lovely to connect with you, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.